Hello there. Today we're going to talk about free weights versus machines. Let's see who wins. Who do you think wins? Me personally, I was always on the free weights being the best way to build muscle bandwagon until I got a little bit more educated, a little bit older, and a little bit wiser. So I wanted to bring you forward some information, some pros, some cons that I thought about free weights versus machines, and talk about the implications of that. Get to the bottom of this argument finally. Which one is better, free weights or machines? So we're going to start with machines. First point of it being good. First point I wanted to make about machines being awesome is that they're very, very easy to use. If you're someone that is new to the gym and you don't quite understand what to do, how to get results, you can really slot in very easily by using machines. For me, the ease of use is a very enticing reason to start using machines. Easier to load up, easier to use, and less risk of injury from what I feel like. Number two, machines encourage a lot more stability, which means you could probably lift a lot more weight during that, which I dare say would mean you could gain a lot more muscle mass from your ability to create tension and load up your muscles, creating the stimulus that you need in order to grow. So let's say if I had a machine bench press versus a regular bench press, if I could lift more weight on a machine bench press, I'd probably keep using that. I do like machine barbell bench, but you know, if it works better and more stable and less likelihood of injury, I'd probably end up using the machine barbell bench or machine bench. That is another reason why I think machines are great. Stability factor is key when growing muscle tissue and lifting really, really heavy. You don't want instability leading to you having to lift less weight. Machines are heavily adjustable, which means if you're a different size human, now sometimes this can be good, sometimes this can be bad, because sometimes machines aren't perfectly adjustable to use. So for me, sometimes I find machines really cumbersome to use. But if you're someone that fits in like probably less than 6 foot tall and you're sort of the average build, you should be able to use machines quite easily. And if you can't, there's some adjustments you can make to make sure that they feel comfortable and are easy to use for you. Good thing is with machines, if it feels unnatural, you can just hop off it and try a free weight variation of the same exercise, more or less. Depending on what it is, there's always typically a free weight alternative for what it is that you're trying to do on a machine. So just keep that in mind. But those are some of the reasons why I love using machines. Free weights, let's talk about them. So there's a few reasons why I love free weights. Number one would be versatility. You've got lots of uses for dumbbells, barbells, and they just kind of feel nice when you use them. So number one for sure would definitely be the versatility of the equipment. And every gym damn near has access to free weights. Every hotel gym. But when it comes to machines, there's not a lot of those machines at hotel gyms that you can load up. They typically have really crappy machines. So free weights are a surefire way to be able to stick to your program when you're running around traveling, if that's what you do, or going to another gym or something if you are moving around quite a lot. So that is why I love free weights, versatility, and you can use them pretty much everywhere and get the same result. Number two, for free weights, they move freely with your body, especially dumbbells. Okay, if you're doing a dumbbell bench versus a fixed bar bench, typically you'll get a lot more natural movement, let's say, with the body versus using a fixed bar on machines. If they're not aligned correctly, I believe can do more damage over time because our body's not meant to be stuck in these firm, rigid positions and then expected to express force through those positions. So typically if we can move more freely in a natural way, of course with good technique, typically it'll lead to less injuries down the road and less wear and tear on your muscles. I've been lifting weights for 14 years and so far pretty much minimal injuries. I got some knee stuff, but I think every 30-year-old man has that. But I can still squat pretty heavy, leg press pretty heavy, and walk around in my life with minimal knee pain. So I think after 14 years of training, that's pretty good. So I think anecdotally at least, it's a pretty good point to make, is that using free weights can really help with strengthening your muscles and not injuring them. Whereas machines, sometimes if they're the wrong machine, can do more harm than good to your joints, maybe not your muscles, that sort of stuff, okay? The cons of free weights though, it's pretty hard to go heavy without compromising your form. I've been lifting weights for 14 years, as I said. Technique is pretty much ingrained in me. I love making sure that I'm doing all the right techniques all the time. I love to make sure that my form is perfect. I'm very anal like that. But for some people, when they're lifting heavy weights, their form goes straight out the fucking window. And so in that way, I don't find that free weights are that good for that reason. It's hard to stay stable. Your form will go out the window. And I just don't think it's a net positive. So those are some of the cons. I just don't feel like there is many cons when it comes to free weights versus machines. I love them both a lot. I use them both. The only reason why I'd want machines more is because I could probably lift more weights and it's more comfortable. I can sit. I don't have to stand up with 150-pound dumbbells to do bench press. I can just slot into a machine and off I go. So I definitely prefer that for convenience. And if you're a newbie, somebody listening out here, I think go ahead and start with whatever you feel comfortable with starting. There is no right or wrong, but there is optimal and less optimal, but you'll find that out along the way as long as you pay attention to what it is that you're doing with programming and exercise. So guys, I hope this video has helped you. If you like, please follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram at Riz Fitness, or the 12 Kilo Coach on Instagram for all my online stuff. Hope this video sees you well and hope you've learned a thing or two, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.